Michael Jackson was a musical icon, a true legend in the world of entertainment. His impact on music and dance is undeniable, revolutionizing the industry with his unique style and groundbreaking performances. However, his legacy remains deeply intertwined with disturbing allegations that have cast a long shadow over his career. Accusations of child sexual abuse have overshadowed his achievements, creating a complex and controversial narrative. These allegations, and the ensuing legal battles, have left a permanent stain on his public image, making it difficult for many to separate the artist from the accusations. Jackson always maintained his innocence, vehemently denying any wrongdoing throughout his life. His supporters point to his acquittal in a 2005 trial as evidence of his innocence, believing that justice was served. They argue that he was a victim of extortion attempts, targeted because of his immense wealth and fame. Detractors, however, believe the evidence against him was substantial and cannot be ignored. They cite his unusual relationships with young boys and the unsettling details that emerged during the investigations. The debate continues to rage even after his death, with passionate arguments on both sides. This essay will delve into the key allegations against Michael Jackson, providing a comprehensive overview of the accusations. It will examine the legal battles that followed, scrutinizing the court proceedings and the evidence presented. It will also explore the impact these events have had on his legacy, analyzing how they have shaped public perception and the enduring controversy surrounding his name. In 1993, Jordan Chandler, a 13-year-old boy, accused Michael Jackson of sexual abuse. Chandler alleged that Jackson had engaged in inappropriate behavior during their friendship. The accusations sent shockwaves through the media and the music industry.
He did things that made me uncomfortable. I didn't understand it at the time.
Jackson vehemently denied the allegations. He claimed his relationship with Chandler was innocent. The case never went to trial. Jackson settled with the Chandler family out of court for a reported $23 million. The settlement fueled speculation and divided public opinion. Some saw it as an admission of guilt. Others believed Jackson was simply protecting his career. The 1993 allegations marked the beginning of a long and tumultuous period for Jackson. In 2003, allegations of child sexual abuse resurfaced against Michael Jackson, the king of pop. These allegations were not new, but this time, they came with a different accuser and a new set of circumstances. This time, the accuser was Gavin Arvizo, a 13-year-old boy who had befriended Jackson during the filming of a documentary. The documentary, which was meant to showcase Jackson's life, inadvertently brought to light a relationship that would soon be scrutinized by the public and the law.
He seemed so kind, but then things changed. Gavin's initial admiration for Jackson turned into something much darker as he recounted his experiences in court. He did things that weren't right. The emotional testimonies painted a picture of betrayal and confusion, leaving the courtroom in a state of shock and disbelief.
Arvizo claimed Jackson had molested him at his Neverland ranch, a place that was once seen as a magical sanctuary for children, but now was under the shadow of these grave accusations. The allegations led to a highly publicized criminal trial in 2005. The trial was a media spectacle, with every detail being broadcasted to a global audience. Jackson faced charges of child molestation, intoxicating a minor, and conspiracy. The charges were severe, and the stakes were incredibly high for both Jackson and his accusers. The trial captivated the world with intense media scrutiny on every detail. News outlets from around the globe covered the proceedings, making it one of the most watched trials in history. Jackson maintained his innocence throughout the trial. He consistently denied all allegations, stating that he had never harmed any child.
We believe the evidence will show a pattern of abuse and manipulation. The prosecution was determined to prove Jackson's guilt, presenting what they claimed was a clear pattern of predatory behavior.
The Arvizo family is motivated by financial gain. Michael Jackson is innocent. Jackson's supporters were vocal, arguing that the accusations were nothing more than a money grab.
His defense team argued that the Arvizo family was motivated by financial gain. They claimed that the family had a history of exploiting others for money, and that this case was no different. They presented witnesses who testified to Jackson's character and denied the allegations. Friends, family, and colleagues took the stand to defend Jackson, painting him as a kind and generous person who would never commit such heinous acts. The trial was long and grueling, with both sides presenting compelling arguments. The jury was left with the difficult task of sifting through the evidence and testimonies to reach a verdict. In the end, after much deliberation, the jury found Michael Jackson not guilty on all charges. The verdict was met with a mix of relief and outrage, reflecting the deep divisions in public opinion about the case. Jackson's acquittal marked the end of a tumultuous chapter in his life, but the allegations would continue to haunt his legacy for years to come. After months of testimony and intense media coverage, the jury acquitted Michael Jackson on all charges in June 2005. The verdict sparked mixed reactions. Jackson's supporters celebrated his vindication. His accusers expressed disappointment and disbelief. Despite his acquittal, the 2005 trial took a toll on Jackson's career and public image. The allegations and the graphic testimony had tarnished his reputation. He retreated from the public eye, living a more reclusive life in the years that followed.
In 2019, the HBO documentary sent shockwaves through the world, reigniting the debate about Michael Jackson's legacy.
The documentary featured detailed accounts of two men, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, who alleged they were sexually abused by Jackson as children.
Robson and Safechuck provided graphic descriptions of their alleged abuse. They claimed Jackson had groomed them, showered them with gifts, and threatened them to keep quiet.
The documentary presented a disturbing and detailed account of their experiences.
The Jackson estate vehemently denied the allegations. They filed a lawsuit against HBO, calling the documentary one-sided and a disgrace.
However, had a profound impact on public opinion, leading many to question Jackson's legacy. Section 6. Media scrutiny and public opinion. Throughout his career and after his death, Michael Jackson has been subject to intense media scrutiny. The allegations against him became a constant fixture in tabloid headlines and news cycles. The media played a significant role in shaping public perception of Jackson and the accusations against him. Some argue that the media's relentless coverage of the allegations created a climate of suspicion around Jackson. They point to instances of sensationalized reporting and a focus on the salacious aspects of the accusations. Others maintain that the media was simply fulfilling its role in reporting on high-profile allegations against a public figure. Section 7. The Jackson estate's defense. Since Michael Jackson's death in 2009, his estate has vigorously defended his legacy and refuted all allegations of wrongdoing. The estate has challenged the credibility of accusers and criticized documentaries as exploitative and inaccurate. The estate has also emphasized Jackson's philanthropic work and his positive impact on the world through his music. They argue that his artistic legacy should not be overshadowed by unproven allegations. The estate's efforts have been met with mixed reactions, with some supporting their defense of Jackson and others remaining critical. Section 8. A divided legacy. Michael Jackson's legacy remains deeply divided. His musical genius and artistic contributions are undeniable. He revolutionized pop music and continues to inspire generations of artists. However, the shadow of the allegations against him looms large. For some, Jackson's music is forever tainted by the allegations. They struggle to reconcile his artistic brilliance with the disturbing accusations. Others are able to separate the art from the artist, continuing to appreciate his music while acknowledging the seriousness of the allegations. Section 9. Conclusion, an unresolved legacy. The Michael Jackson saga is a complex and troubling one, filled with both triumphs and tribulations. It is a story of extraordinary talent, disturbing accusations, and a legacy forever marked by controversy. From his early days as a child prodigy in the Jackson 5 to his groundbreaking solo career, Michael Jackson captivated the world with his music and performances. Despite years of investigations, legal battles, and public scrutiny, the truth about the allegations against Jackson remains elusive. The courtroom dramas and media frenzy only added layers of complexity to an already convoluted narrative. The debate over Michael Jackson's guilt or innocence continues to rage. Supporters and detractors alike are steadfast in their beliefs, each side presenting compelling arguments and evidence to support their views. His supporters maintain his innocence, pointing to his acquittal and the inconsistencies in the accusations against him. They argue that he was a victim of extortion and that his eccentric lifestyle made him an easy target for false allegations. His detractors believe the evidence against him was overwhelming and that justice was not served. They cite testimonies and documents that paint a damning picture of his behavior, insisting that his fame and wealth shielded him from accountability. Ultimately, the legacy of Michael Jackson remains unresolved. He was a musical icon who achieved unparalleled success, yet his life and career were marred by controversy. His contributions to music, dance, and pop culture are undeniable, but so are the shadows that loom over his legacy. He was a musical icon who achieved unparalleled success, yet his life and career were marred by controversy. His influence on the music industry is still felt today, with countless artists citing him as an inspiration. The allegations against him continue to spark debate and divide public opinion, ensuring that the questions surrounding his life will likely persist for years to come. As time goes on, the world may never reach a consensus on Michael Jackson's true legacy, but his impact on music and culture will undoubtedly endure.